from the Only Schooling Mom. I am going to do my own teacher tag today. Today is the homeschool teaching tag. I have come up with a list of questions that I'm tagging homeschooling moms and dads, if they are the dads in the home that are doing the teaching. Questions that I've come up with, 9 questions that I'm going to ask and answer of myself, and then I'm going to put them on my channel, and I am tagging all homeschooling families to answer these questions. So let's just get right into it. Number 1, what part of the country are you from, or what country? You can be as specific or as general as you like. I am from the middle of Kansas. In fact, we are where the Cosmosphere is, Stratica, the Underground Salt Museum is, and the Kansas State Fair. And I'll leave it at that. Number 2, how many children do you have and what ages, grades are they? I have 1 child. That is why I am the only schooling mom. Da, da, da. And he is 12 and he is in the 7th grade. Number 3, when did you start homeschooling? This is our 3rd year in homeschooling. We started when my son was in 5th grade. He is now in 7th grade. So we didn't start as early as some, but we are plugging along at it. We're doing a great job. Yeah. No, we are, really. 7th grade is just a lot harder than 6th grade was. I'll just put it like that. Number 4, did your children ever attend public school? Yes, he did, all the way up through 4th grade. What caused you to pull them out? My son was being bullied, and he is on the very, very short end of the growth chart. He is, in fact, off the growth chart in terms of height, and he is just barely now on the growth chart for weight. So he is what they call a late bloomer. And so he was getting picked on in school, and so because of that he wanted to come home and be homeschooled. Have they ever returned, and why? He has not returned yet, although he said once he hits his growth spurt, which he knows is going to be in high school, which is what the endocrinologist has told us, he would like to go back to public school. Number 5, do you use a boxed curriculum or do you pick and choose your curriculum? We kind of do both. We have a boxed curriculum in terms of we use the Sunlight program, which sets aside history, geography, language arts, and what else does it do? Before that, it also had other parts of it that were also included in the curriculum. But this year we also made our own choices in science, we made our own choice in math, and we made our own choice in vocabulary. So we've made our own choices in several other areas. So we've done both. So we haven't done all our own choices. We have done some prepackaged and some of our own choices. What kind of homeschooler, number 6, would you consider yourself? Eclectic, school at home, classical, unschooler, etc. I would say we are a little bit eclectic, but more school at home. I would say the school at home because I have a teaching degree, so I am teaching as if I have a student in a classroom. So that means I am using textbooks, I am using worksheets, I am using tests, I am using resources from Teachers Pay Teachers, I am using resources I can find from the store, from like Dollar Tree, from the teacher section. So I'm not eclectic in the way some homeschoolers are, where they let their student kind of follow along in their interests, where they're interested in something and then they go and pursue it and they just kind of follow that path. I like to have a curriculum, I like to have lesson plans, and I like to follow that, and I think that is setting my son up for success down the road for if he decides to go to college. Then that's going to be basically the way things are going to be in college. Is he's going to have to follow lesson plans, a rubric, a curriculum, and so I believe in that. I just think that's going to prepare him best for college, aside from the other kind. In my opinion, unschooling, we just won't get into that. That's just my opinion. What is your favorite part of homeschooling? I like to see my son's progression. I like to be there as he's doing the work. If you're at home, you get to see what only a teacher sees. You get to see what the teacher sees in the public school, which is great. I love to see the progress he's making. Your least favorite part? Me as a mom, I'm not getting the socialization. Stop right there. Don't tell me to join a co-op. I've looked into it. I do not want to be part of that group. I don't want to be just a homeschool mom. I want to be an educator. There's a big difference. I want to be looked at more than just a mom who is a homeschooler. I want to be a teacher as well. I want to be a mom who is a teacher. I don't have a big family. I have one child. I cannot have any more children because I am bipolar. I am extremely frustrated with co-ops because I feel like they are too closed in on themselves. Now, I might get a lot of angry people with me on this, but that's just how I feel about co-ops. I feel like they've closed in on themselves and they don't want to be a part of the greater educational community. And I feel like public schools have pushed homeschoolers away, and that's a travesty. I think there needs to be a communication between the two, and maybe that needs to come about during a district meeting. There has got to be some sort of communication between the two. But and then I have a lot of friends who do not homeschool, but unfortunately they work during the day. And so I feel very lonely. So I reach out to the online community, which I've found very, very therapeutic. I have made friends through Instagram, and I'm hoping through YouTube to make connections and with other educators, and that is just a wonderful thing for me. What special laws or requirements do you have to fulfill in your state? In Kansas, you have to formally withdraw your child from school. You have to formally apply to be a private school. You have to teach for 186 days at 6 hours a day. That's it. You do not have to do any special testing. You do not have to provide any portfolios. You do not have to provide any grades. However, I do grade. I do keep grades. I do keep rigorous binders of material, of tests that we've taken, of activities we've done. I track what books we're reading. I track what we're doing. I have lesson plans. So I am there ready to go if anybody should knock on my door and say, "What are you teaching your son?" I'm ready for them. What advice, number 9, what advice would you give to someone who is thinking about homeschooling their children? What is your reason for doing it? Is it bullying? Is it because you want to have some control over what they're learning? Is it because you want to be more secular, more religious? Is it because you want to be with your children more often? There's lots of great reasons out there. Just know what your reason is and go with that. Go with your heart. Don't go with your budget, because there are lots of free resources out there. But know what your reason is. Have a plan. Don't just jump in feet first without that plan. Know why you're doing it, and then you will have that plan. Anyhow, so those are my 9 questions over my homeschool teaching tag. Here comes my David Letterman. Oh, I didn't hit myself in the face that time. Yay! Anyhow, if you like this video, hit that like button down there. Hit the subscribe button. Whoops, my timer says that the phone is probably going to cut me off any second now. If you want more, hit the little bell. That'll let you know that there's more out there. And I will see you later. I'm Sarah, the Only Schooling Mom. Bye-bye.